Hello, dear friends, and welcome to today's chat. A warm conversation among peers sharing our thoughts and experiences about a subject many of us have been quietly pondering. Not long ago, I found myself scrolling through Facebook, trying to catch up with updates from family and friends, only to feel more overwhelmed than connected. It was as if the screen, rather than bringing me closer to my loved ones, was distancing me instead. I wondered, is this really what I signed up for? Before we start, welcome to Old Age Support. This is a place for us seniors to chat about life, health, and staying happy as we age. No fancy talk, just real honest conversations. If that sounds good to you, go ahead and subscribe so we can navigate this journey together. Today I want to share a personal journey. A journey where I decided to step away from endless scrolling and constant updates and focus on what truly matters. Genuine, in-person connections, and the simple pleasures of life that we often overlook. I'm not saying that social media is entirely without merit. It has its benefits. But as someone who has seen many seasons of life, I've learned that sometimes it is best to gently put down our devices and savor the beauty of the world around us. In this video, we'll explore why many seniors over 70 are choosing to quietly leave social media behind, and how this decision has opened up space for more meaningful interactions. We'll discuss the emotional toll of constantly comparing ourselves to others, the frustration of navigating a digital world that seems designed for the young, and the peace that comes from returning to our own pace of life. So, please grab a cup of tea, settle into your favorite chair, and join me as we have a heartfelt conversation about why it might be time to say goodbye to social media and hello to a richer, more fulfilling offline life. Please join me on this exciting journey of rediscovery as we embrace a life of genuine smiles, heartfelt conversations, and a true connection. Now let's talk about the social media dilemma that many of us face in this fast-paced digital age. I remember a time when staying in touch meant writing letters or making a phone call. Today, we are encouraged to share every detail of our lives online. And while that sounds exciting, it often leaves us feeling more lonely than ever. Social media platforms, with their endless streams of updates and photos, can create a sense of urgency and pressure to always be connected. Yet, for many of us, the experience has become overwhelming and at times downright confusing. Navigating the labyrinth of modern technology is no small feat, especially when every swipe and click seems to be guided by complex algorithms that we hardly understand. I often found myself lost in a maze of notifications, advertisements, and news feeds that seemed to care more about capturing my attention than about offering real value. It's as if the platforms are designed to keep us engaged for as long as possible, even if that means sacrificing our peace of mind. This constant barrage of information can make us feel as though we are always on the run, never truly able to relax or enjoy the moment. Moreover, social media has a way of highlighting the best parts of everyone's lives, while often concealing the challenges they face. We end up comparing our everyday struggles with the seemingly perfect lives of others, which can lead to feelings of inadequacy and even anxiety. Instead of feeling uplifted by our interactions online, we sometimes feel isolated and left out. The irony is that a tool meant to bring us closer together can end up making us feel more distant and disconnected. Many of us have experienced the frustration of trying to keep up with rapidly changing trends and the constant push to update our profiles, post new pictures, or share the latest news. It can be exhausting, and it's no wonder that so many seniors are beginning to question whether this digital world is really for them. In the midst of this digital chaos, it's easy to forget the value of slow, meaningful conversation and the warmth of face-to-face interactions. When we focus on the endless scroll of social media, we risk missing out on the simple joys of life. Those moments of quiet reflection, heartfelt laughter with a friend, or the comfort of a well-loved book. The social media dilemma, therefore, is not just about technology. It's about how we choose to live our lives. Do we let our days be defined by likes, shares, and comments? Or do we reclaim our time and our attention for the things that truly matter? Sometimes, the constant notifications and pop-up alerts make it seem like there is never a moment of rest. Each beep and ding reminds us of an obligation, a social expectation that we must respond immediately. This relentless pace can leave us feeling more like participants in a race rather than enjoying the leisure of our golden years. As we sit back and think about it, it becomes clear that the digital noise often drowns out our own inner voice. We miss the chance to simply be present with our thoughts or to appreciate the quiet moments that bring genuine joy. In reflecting on these experiences, it's evident that stepping away from social media can open up a world of peace, where our time is ours to spend without digital distractions. In this calmer space, we find the freedom to reconnect with ourselves and with those who truly matter, and embrace every peaceful moment. Let's now explore some of the personal reasons that many seniors like us have decided to step away from social media. One major factor is the growing concern about privacy. Many of us feel uneasy knowing that our personal information, photos and stories can be accessed and shared without our full understanding or control. It's not just about the data, it's about the trust we once placed in our social circles. In today's world, that trust has been challenged by constant breaches and the feeling that our private moments are no longer safe. Another important reason is the toll that social media takes on our mental well-being. Instead of uplifting our spirits, it sometimes leaves us feeling anxious and inadequate. The endless comparisons, seeing the highlights of others' lives, can make our own experiences seem less fulfilling. When we see the curated images of youthful adventures and constant activity, it's hard not to feel as though we are being left behind, even though our lives are rich with history and wisdom. Moreover, many seniors have found that the digital environment can be isolating. What was once a tool for connection now often feels like a barrier, replacing real conversations with fleeting likes and comments. The pressure to remain updated with every trend and change can be exhausting. It sometimes feels like we are forced to adapt to a pace that doesn't match our own, leaving us feeling out of place and undervalued. Finally, there is a growing desire for more meaningful face-to-face interactions. We miss the days when catching up meant a visit or a long phone call with a friend. The decision to leave social media is, for many, a conscious choice to reclaim our time, our privacy, and our mental well-being. It's a step toward a simpler, more connected life, one where our value isn't measured by digital metrics, but by the genuine relationships we nurture every day. Each day, as we go about our lives, we discover that true happiness comes from the simple act of sharing moments in person rather than through a screen. The memories we create over a cup of tea or a leisurely walk are far more precious than any online notification. By stepping back from the digital world, we allow ourselves to truly experience life and treasure the moments that make our hearts smile. These connections remind us that every single moment holds a story. Let's now shift our focus to the many benefits that come from quitting social media. One of the first changes you might notice is a newfound clarity of mind. Without the constant barrage of notifications and updates, there is more room in your day for quiet reflection and genuine hobbies. Many of us have discovered that stepping away from the digital chaos allows us to reconnect with old passions, whether it's gardening, reading, or even learning a new skill that we had long put aside. Another major benefit is the improvement in mental and emotional well-being. When you are no longer comparing yourself to others or feeling pressured by the constant need to be in the loop, you begin to appreciate your own pace of life. There is a deep sense of relief in knowing that your self-worth is not determined by the number of likes or comments you receive. Instead, you rediscover the joy of simply being present in your own life. Additionally, quitting social media can lead to richer, more authentic relationships. By reducing our reliance on digital interactions, we open up opportunities for real conversations, whether it's a long phone call with a friend or a face-to-face chat over coffee. These interactions have a warmth and depth that no online platform can replicate. Over time, this shift not only strengthens our bonds with loved ones, but also fosters a greater sense of community within our neighborhoods. Finally, many seniors report an increase in free time, which they can now devote to activities that truly nourish their souls. Whether it's taking a leisurely walk in the park, cooking a favorite recipe, or simply enjoying a quiet afternoon, The benefits of disconnecting from social media extend far beyond the digital realm. It's about reclaiming the moments that truly matter and living a life that feels rich and rewarding. Quitting social media isn't about cutting off from the world. It's about choosing a way of life that brings genuine joy and fulfillment. Now let me share some practical tips for transitioning away from social media. First, consider setting a specific time each day to check your messages, and gradually reduce that time until you feel comfortable disconnecting entirely. Replace scrolling with activities that bring you joy, like reading a good book, tending to your garden, or enjoying a leisurely walk in your neighborhood. Reach out to friends and family through a simple phone call or even a handwritten letter, which can feel much more personal and meaningful. It might also help to turn off notifications on your devices so you aren't constantly drawn back into the digital world. Try designating a tech-free time each evening, allowing yourself to relax without the buzz of digital alerts. Remember, this is not about isolating yourself. It's about reclaiming your time and focusing on what truly enriches your life. Experiment with these changes and adjust them to fit your own pace. Over time, you may find that life feels more peaceful and fulfilling without the constant interruptions of social media. Start small and be patient with yourself as you adjust to this new routine. Every little step counts towards a more serene and connected daily life. Thank you for joining me on this heartfelt journey. As we reflect on our lives and the choices we make, remember that stepping away from social media can open up space for true, meaningful connections. Embrace the quiet moments and cherish the warmth of personal interactions. Life is too precious to be spent chasing digital validation. Instead, invest your time in what truly matters: genuine conversations, loving relationships, and the beauty of the everyday. I hope you find peace and joy in every moment. Please share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Stay well and take care always.